again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Vandalia by the Way. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city. And on today's program, we have the latest information on a major road reconstruction project taking place on Vandalia's Buttercup Avenue. If you're a procrastinator, there's good news to report from our Division of Parks and Recreation. Some of our most popular programs still have some registration slots available. But our first stop today is right here in Vandalia's Stone Quarry Crossings. I'm standing in a field just off of Capstone Way. It's a field that right now is home to some grass, little mud, maybe even a few rocks. But after a major groundbreaking ceremony held in July, this field will soon be home to 100 new jobs. Anytime a company chooses to locate in Vandalia, it's a good thing. But when that company is a major corporation bringing 100 jobs along with them, it's time to celebrate. And that's what happened in July at a groundbreaking for a White Castle food processing plant. Assistant City Manager Greg Shackelford says a last-minute change of venue helped to save the day.
We were just about completely set up with the tent, and we had everything ready to go outside, and the storm came and hit, and from what I understand, there were somewhere maybe around 40 mile-an-hour winds, and we just had to pick up and go. And
where did they take all those chairs, banners, displays, and assorted props? Well, the Vandalia Fire Station, located just a few hundred yards away.
Chad Follick and his crew helped get the fire trucks out, helped really get everything ready for us over there. And I think having a little bit of a dry run, we had the Joint Fire Staffing press conference over there in May. I think that helped us. But I can't thank enough the Parks and Rec team and the Public Works guys for getting everything and really helping us to make it a first-class event.
Once safely under roof, the event went off without a hitch, thanks in large part to a very enthusiastic crowd from White Castle's nearby facilities.
And several of the White Castle folks made the trip over from Columbus, Cincinnati, and Covington, Kentucky, and they had probably another 40 or 50 folks that were here. They had set up grills and cooked out White Castle burgers. It was fantastic.
And while the ceremonial groundbreaking was in July, it will still be a few weeks longer before the big earth movers roll into town.
We're probably looking at September for a real groundbreaking where they start moving the earth around.
Once completed in about 14 months, the center will play a key role in White Castle's frozen food division.
And this distribution center will transition those burgers, those frozen packages, out to regional centers all across the United States. They have all 50 states where they do these frozen packages.
The news is also good at Vandalia's other large development area, where all-service plastic molding is ramping up its newest facility in the Northwoods Business Park.
They're transitioning in. It's going to take some time to get them in. They are forecasting about a 16-month overall process to get all their capital equipment in. If you can imagine the tonnage with different injection plastic molding machines, and they've also got a lot of new equipment that they're bringing to our facility here on Falls Creek.
Shackelford says another exciting project is making steady progress without a major public announcement. Project GI is a local company expanding operations, bringing new jobs along in the process.
And that is moving along. The first phase of that project has gotten underway. It's going to be a 4-phase project. We're still hoping that the entire project works its way through in a relatively short period of time, over probably a 2, maybe 3-year period. But that'll be an additional 35 jobs for this company and a very strong average wage rate of about $70,000 per year.
Shackelford says if you put it all together, Vandalia has a lot to offer a company.
If you look at our location, I don't think you can beat it from the standpoint of the logistics of I-70, 75, and having the airport right in our backyard here. It's the place to be.
If you like football, the Vandalia Recreation Center is the place to be. Recreation Supervisor Alicia Wintro.
Football fever here at the Vandalia Parks and Rec Department. September 15th, which is a Saturday, from 10 a.m. to noon. Free event of NFL Gatorade punt, pass, and kick. So bring your tennis shoes, come on out, sign up the day of, no pre-registration required.
The challenge takes place at the Vandalia Sports Complex on Saturday, September the 15th from 10 a.m. to noon on the soccer field side of the facility. It only takes about 15 minutes to complete.
Each child is given one opportunity at each the punt, the pass, and the kick, and then we combined the measurements into one score, which then gives you a total score, and then the winners from each age group then moves on to the sectionals, which will be held at Trotwood Madison High School.
Winners at the Trotwood competition get the chance to compete on a much bigger stage, halftime, at a Cincinnati Bengals game. And while we're talking about football, you should know that there's still time to participate in the very popular NFL Flag Football League taking place this fall.
There is still time to sign up for youth flag football. Absolute deadline will be Friday, August 25th. You can come up to the front desk of the rec center, fill out a short registration form. The front desk will take your payment, and then you'll be good to go.
Registration is cheap, just $30 for residents and $40 for non-residents. And each kid gets a reversible NFL team jersey as a part of the deal. Wintro says it's a great program to learn more about football.
It's more of an intramural, laid back, learning the fundamentals of football without the tackle part of it. And just a good time for the kids.
You can sign up at the Recreation Center front desk, but you'll need to hurry as the deadline is August 25th, with games starting on September the 16th. Also this fall, the Recreation Center is offering a series of classes designed to help you keep more of your money in your pocket. Elaine Kaler says the 5-week series has something for folks of all walks of life.
It's basically a financial workshop with a panel of experts, basically highlighting different topics so you're more educated through the different financial decisions throughout life.
The topics are wide-ranging.
Home buying 101, so perfect for those first-time home buyers. We have college financial planning, so somebody whose kid is in kindergarten could come to this workshop, as well as somebody who's getting into college here recently. Investing 101, which is the basics of investing, as well as long-term care. So kind of what things you can look for when it comes to either entering a nursing home, entering a rehab center. And the final workshop that ends the series will be October 30th, and that's estate planning.
Kaler says the series would not be possible without support from the business community.
Yes, we are very lucky to be partnering with Day Air Credit Union on this series, as well as the Dayton Metro Library. They have run this series south of town in Miamisburg, so we're really excited to bring it up here north.
Cool. Signing up is easy.
We'll have flyers up. You can register through the Vandalia Recreation Center, and you can get more information by going to the Vandalia's website or calling our front desk here at 415-2340.
For more information, you can check out the website, vandaliaohio.org, to get your roadmap to financial security. And speaking of roads, some of Vandalia's neediest roadways got a bit of a facelift this past month as the city's resurfacing project tackled 25 different roadways within the city.
We just finished up this year's resurfacing project. We did 25 streets this year in the city, so we made quite a dent in some of our paving needs. The total amount we spent on the paving was about $480,000, and we spent another $130,000 on concrete repair, which all is generated from our Safe and Stable levy.
Public Works Manager Rob Cron says the project also included something for residents who use wheelchairs, more than 60 wheelchair-compatible curb cuts.
Also included in this year's project, we were able to construct 64 new handicap ramps throughout the city. We've tried to hit every corner on the streets we're doing, and we've actually added a few outside our limits too this year to get us ahead for next year.
Believe it or not, work begins soon on next year's street resurfacing project as the job of determining which streets will get attention begins this fall.
We'll start looking later this fall, early winter, putting together a list of streets we're going to be looking at for next year, and hopefully we'll do about the same amount of streets again next year as we did this year.
Another major road project is set to begin in August with a complete rebuild from bottom up.
The Buttercup improvement project should be starting around the first week of August. So we'll see the contractor moving in there. You'll see the orange barrels coming, their equipment moving in. The street will be open to the residents who live there. They will be able to keep access to their properties. But as far as through traffic, we'd like to keep as much of that as possible out of there.
The project involves more than just the street, as some utility lines underneath will also be addressed.
We're actually going to be coming in, replacing some of the utilities on the street. We'll put in a new water line in. We'll also be replacing the storm sewer and catch basins through that neighborhood. And then once that's all completed, they will excavate the entire street and it'll be a whole new street built.
And our last topic today might be an unpleasant one to talk about, but it's even more unpleasant to step in. The city of Vandalia is having a problem with dog owners who don't clean up after their pooch, which means a pleasant walk about town is too often turning into a bit of a mess.
All of a sudden, they walk into a pile of dog droppings, and those people do give me a call, and they want to complain about it. We just ask that if you're a pet owner here in the city, that when you walk your dog, please pick up after your dogs.
Most folks agree this is an issue that boils down to common courtesy. Milliken says occasionally folks can point him in the direction of the inattentive dog owner.
If we know who the pet owner is, we can make contact with them. Just advise them to keep a better rein on their dog and keep them from going up in the yards and doing their business.
Right now, Milliken says his focus is simply on letting folks know there's a problem and that the solution is simple courtesy.
I do get quite a few complaints on it. We just ask that even when you come to our city parks, be courteous of other patrons of the park and just clean up after your dog.
If you're walking your dog in your own neighborhood, your best bet is to just bring along one of those plastic grocery bags. That way, if the dog makes a mess, you can clean it up right there. If you happen to be in one of our city parks, you should be able to locate one of these stations. This is a bag dispenser. Take the bag with you on the walk and clean up after your dog. That's going to do it for this edition of Vandalia, by the way. I'm Rich Hopkins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.